Hey, what's going on, guys? My name's Logan. I run the West Desert Shooter stuff, and this video is going to be me talking about the March NRL 2019 match. It was actually the first NRL 22 match that I've been to because I recently just picked up my little Tikka 22 here. This match was put on by a local guy, Jim Cannon. You can find him on Instagram at 22LR Marksman. That guy's awesome with the 22, done a bunch of really cool stuff. So thanks, Jim, for putting that on. I greatly appreciate it. Ton of fun. I'll leave a link to his Instagram below and also my Instagram, so follow both of us. That'd be cool. But yeah, so I decided to take out my Tikka T1x to a NRL 22 match. This rifle bumped me into the open division because of the price point of the rifle as well as the price point of this optic. I was going to be an open division. So I'm going up against like the craziest of 22 rifles possible, a bunch of voodoo tactical stuff, some kid super grades, things along that line. But I was just there to have fun and shoot and enjoy myself. So the first stage that we did, this is all St. Patrick's Day themed is the name of the courses, but here we go. So the first stage that I did was actually the fourth stage listed, but because we had a whole bunch of people, there's 45 shooters at this one. It's one of the biggest in the nation. So first one I did was called the double-fisted Irish style, and what that was is basically support hand shooting and switching to regular side shooting. So right shoulder, switch to left shoulder, and then left eye shooting. I've done this a few times out in the desert just messing around, so I wasn't super thrown off shooting left-handed. I didn't do too terribly bad at this. Let's take a look at my scores here. So I got 6 out of 10 shots, and what you're doing is shooting from the 50-yard line out to the 75-yard line. So you would start prone in your right hand, shoot 50, then 75, a single shot each, and then switch to your left side, 50, 75, and repeat till you're out of rounds. I got 6 out of 10 hits there, not too bad. I was happy with that. Dropped a few shots here and there. It's to be expected as my first stage, and a little bit excited. So then we went to a stage called Kiss the Blarney Stone, and basically this was a unsupported stage. The description on start signal, shooter will take a kneeling position and engage the targets. So at first target was 60 yards. It was a 3-inch plate, and 75 yards was a 5-inch plate. Transition to sitting and repeat the shooting order, and then transition to prone and repeat the shooting order, and then a second shot at 75 yards when you're going prone. But it's all unsupported, so I started kneeling, take a couple shots, and admittedly I am terrible at kneeling and sitting and standing shooting, so I really expected to do terribly here, as well as doing holdovers while you're shaking around. It gets interesting. So I didn't do, let's see how I did here. Again, fully expecting to not do well at all. I dropped 1 shot. I got 90 out of 100 there, so really happy with that. That was a good one. That was good fun. So again, kneeling 3 shots, sitting 3 shots, prone 4 shots. It was good fun to run the action, and I kind of surprised myself on that one. So anytime you surprise yourself with good results, that's always a good thing. Then we went on to a couple bonus stages that Jim actually set up. So this isn't official NRL stuff. We went over and did a swinging target. I'll throw in some footage of one of my squad members shooting his swinging target. And so the whole goal here is you get 10 shots. You're firing from a rooftop. I believe it was out to 50 yards. And there was I think there were 2 or 3 inch circles on the end of these long swinging targets, and you're trying to get it to start spinning all the way around. However many full rotations you can get it to go over, that's how many extra points you get just as bonus points. So each rotation is 1 bonus point. I watched a few people get up to this, and they would fire and get it start going, and then they fire again, and then they would stop it dead in its tracks. So you got to really know when to time it and pay attention to where it's swinging in which direction.
Begin.
So I got up there, fired a couple shots. I was trying to run my bolt fast on one of them and hit myself in the eye with my thumb. So that was really awesome. But I was able to get it to run over 7 full times, which wasn't terrible. I actually surprised myself again there. I'd never fired off a rooftop, like slanted position like that before. One of the squad people did have a udder style bag from Saracen, I believe, so that really helped out, gave me a solid position to put my rifle onto, because without it, you're right on like a 45-degree edge and your rifle will be bouncing all over. With that bag, it has 4 little legs that are able to hang off of both sides and give you a nice flat position to really settle your rifle into. So that was good fun. I was able to get it to go 7 times. I believe out of our squad, the best was 8 times around, so I was hanging up right up in there with the people who actually know what they're doing. So I was really happy with that. Then we went on to another bonus stage. Now traditionally, the NRL22 matches are designed to go from 0 to 100 yards, just because a lot of people have the 100-yard ranges. Now, fortunate enough for where this range is, they do have land beyond 100 yards. So one of the bonus stages was a 135-yard target. And so they set up a big wood spool standing up on the edges of the spool. So like if there's things wrapped around the middle of it, it's sitting to where it could roll down the road, basically. So they started with 2 shots prone to the left of the spool, 2 shots prone on the skinny edge of the spool, 2 shots from the center of it where you would wrap something around, 2 shots from the other edge, the skinny edge, and then 2 shots prone again. So really, you didn't have a whole lot of opportunity to like shoot, spot your miss, and work on it again, which is what I'm used to, is just having that luxury. So it's basically fire, you get 1 chance to correct it before you have to stand up, ruin your position, and move to something new. So I take my first shot, and I was lucky enough to get it impact. So I used my Ballistic AE app with the 22 LR data they had in there, and it put me on. So I was really happy with that. I ended up only getting, let's confirm this, I believe I got 30, so I got 3 hits at 130 yards on that stage. One of the squad guys got 7 out of 10 hits, which was awesome. Great shooting. I mean, that's really cool. It's cool to see a little 22 fly that far. I believe it was a 4 or 5 inch target out there, so a really small target at 130 yards with a little 22. I believe I was like at 11 MOA of drop out there with a 50-yard zero. Good fun. Then we went back to the traditional 5 stages of the NRL22. So coming back, we did the 3-leaf clover paper stage. Now I'm going to throw up some footage here of me actually running through. And basically what you have is a sawhorse, and then you transition to a tire, and you transition to a chair, back to the tire, back to the sawhorse. So check this footage out, and I'm going to roll the targets of each target and the group that I shot on them.
Again, spot ready. Ready, go. NRL rules are 1 bag for every state. And you can't be any bigger than the size of a volleyball. So that's that one right there is as large as you can get. What's that? There you go. Top.
On the top of this?
Yeah.
They said he could. They said they could.
Okay, go
They
ahead.
said they
Sorry.
could.
I thought it was bottom.
No, they said they could. Didn't want him to do it.
It says move back to the sawhorse, so it doesn't.
No, it doesn't specify. So the last one will probably make you do it.
Yeah.
then.
So the first one says shoot at the top, but the last one says just move back to the top.
So there it is. I did drop some points here for sure. I saw a lot of people timing out on this stage, and I really wanted to make sure I got every opportunity available to get points downrange. Unfortunately, I kind of blew some of them. So let's see how many points I got here. On that one, I got 29 points. I believe there's 100 possible if you're really sinking them in the center. On the first two, I wasn't sure if my rifle was zeroed, and then towards the end I just said, whatever, I'll just trust that it's zeroed. And when I went back and did that, I started hitting the center again. Who'd have thought? So then after that, we moved on to There Is Gold at the Bottom of the Rainbow. Now this one was a fun one. They had a ladder. You have 4 rungs. So start position, rifle resting on the 4th step of a ladder, mag in, bolt back. So description: on the start signal, shooter will take position on the 4th step of the ladder and engage the target at 50 and 75 yards with 1 round each. Then move to the 3rd step, 2nd and 1st, and then back to the 2nd. So 2 shots on each rung of the ladder. This was good fun. The targets were pretty small out there, 50 and 75. So I was zeroed at 50 and 75. I was doing holdovers. Let's see how many points I got on that one. There Is Gold. So on the first 2 that I shot, all 4 shots I completely missed. The wind really affects these little 22s even at their short ranges. I was aiming for the center of these targets, and they're small targets. I think they're like 1/2 inch and 3/4, or maybe 1.5 inches, something like that. They're small targets, but because I was holding on center, the wind was just enough to blow it off the left edge, and for some reason I just forgot that the atmosphere existed, so that was good fun. But I did end up figuring it out, and I was able to get 5 out of 10 hits towards the bottom. So once I got down to the bottom, I started shooting pretty well and hitting targets. Then finally, oh man, this one got me pretty bad. There's a stage called Walking Down the Green. Now, every one of these stages has a time limit of 120 seconds. You get 2 minutes to do it. And then per the rules, every stage is designed around having 10 shots, because most 22s come with 10 round mags. My Tikka does have a 10 round mag, so that works out just fine. Description of this stage, Walking Down the Green. On start signal, shooter will drop into the prone, so you're standing and you can shoot from the prone, and engage the targets in the following order. So the first one is 0.35 inches wide. No. So the first target is a 1/2 inch wide at 35 yards and a 1/4 inch wide at 35 yards. So I started shooting at the 1/4 inch target at 35 yards, and I missed, and I had a spotter, but he was off to the right, and I just couldn't tell if I was off to the right or left edge. Here's a big thing I didn't realize when I went into this. So you're gonna have targets up close as 25 yards. They're gonna be really small. My scope only parallaxes down to 50. So when I get that close, things get blurry. I can't see my target and my reticle at the same time, which really makes things difficult at close range. This is the Vortex Viper PST Gen 1. From what I've been told, the Gen 2 will parallax down that low, as well as my Diamondback Tactical. So as funny as it is, this scope that originally retailed for around $1,000, my $350 scope would be more ideal for that at that time, and it has the same reticle. I didn't dial anything all day except for the 130 yard shot. I just used the EBR 2C reticle in here. It's the Christmas tree style. It's really handy for shooting like this. It has nice clear markings for holdovers and whatever you're up to. But if I were to have hit that target, you've got a 1/4 inch wide, you've got a 1/2 inch wide target at 35 yards, and then at 50 yards you have a circle target. At 75 you have another circle target, and 100 yards. So there are 5 targets, and you're supposed to shoot until you hit them and then move on to the next target. So ideally, if you could clean this stage, you would hit all 5, and then you come back to the start and go through all 5 again. Really challenging, especially when you can't see where you're missing and you can't see your target when it's not parallaxed down to it. And I believe that was the entire course of the day. So super fun. I really enjoyed myself out there on the NRL22. I'll definitely be getting out to another one when I can. The F-class matches are coming up as well, so high power prone shooting there. I'm going to go do a couple more of those this year too. I'm looking forward to that. And then as well as just my good old shenanigans out in the desert, shooting long range. I've got my SOM ready to go. I did a pressure test while I was at the range with the 7mm short action Ultra Mag I just built. So if you're interested in that, go to my channel and take a look around for that. So again, thanks to Jim for putting that on. Thanks to all the shooters who were out there. Thanks to some of my squad members for letting me use their tactical shooting bags and whatnot. I had my little shooter's pad that I use, and I had it up for anyone who needed it. So I hope I was able to help out the people who helped me out, and I just had a really good time. So 22s are a ton of fun. This is only the third time that I've shot my 22, so maybe with a little more practice I'll be able to get out there and do a little bit better. I do know where I placed in the match. So out of 45 shooters, I ended up taking 26th, and out of 500 points possible, I think that's how many are possible. The first place shooter got 434 points, which is awesome, and second place got 403 points, so he had quite a bit of a gap there. That dude was really sinking them in. So I got a total of 249 points, almost half of what you could possibly get, and I ended up taking 26th out of 45, which honestly, for not having much experience with this thing, I'm really happy with that. I'm totally fine. About the middle of the pack, I'm cool with that. I didn't go there expecting to win. I went there with two things, and that was to be safe and not get myself in trouble and learn how it goes, you know? Like, I just wanted to show up, go shoot, see how it went, and I'm going to feel a lot more confident next time. It was a ton of fun. I never felt like super pressured or anything. Really, the only time I really felt pressured by the clock was on that paper stage, just because I had seen so many people time out. I was like, all right, I really got to get moving. So I was able to watch that on the barricade one as I came. So got the sawhorse on the last stage of the sawhorse. I set my rifle right on my magazine, which actually sticks down. It's not on my rifle right now, but I set it on the mag, and that made it a little wobbly. Looking at the video, I'll definitely try and avoid that next time. So those are my thoughts. Appreciate you guys watching. If you have the opportunity to go out and try an NRL22 match, go try it. It was a ton of fun, as well as they sell the kits and like all the things you need to run your own NRL22. You need a 0 to 100 yard range where you're able to set up targets that you can see all the way out. And I mean, they designed this to be able to be implemented wherever you want. I think it'd be awesome if somebody in Salt Lake started one. If somebody's in Salt Lake area, that'd be awesome. Appreciate you guys watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope it influenced you to go out and try an NRL22 match. Get out, have fun, meet new people. It was a great time. Thanks, everybody. We'll talk to you guys later.